It's really hard to admit that you're an alcoholic. It's really hard to admit you're addicted to gambling. It's really hard to admit you're addicted to excess. I was born in Japan. I was put up for adoption, and I was adopted when I was like 3 months old by an American couple that was in the Air Force. Just shortly after we come to the States, my adopted parents, they divorced. My mother was an alcoholic. And I got to see a lot of I got to see a lot of things that kids should never see. Just growing up poor and not having male figures around you, it's really hard to put your faith in something you can't see. I remember just being a 10-year-old kid, just saying, you know what, I just don't believe. I just don't believe through all the suffering that I see every day that a loving God would put you in a situation like this. And so from that day, I just lived my life for me. I didn't care about anybody else, my family or anything. I just lived a selfish life. Bob and I was card players. We played cards for many years in little bars and in Mississippi and going around and stuff. And we just made a friendship during that. And it just he got away from it. You know, the Lord sort of led him away from that kind of environment. And one day he just called me and said, hey, would you like to go to church with me? I went, I don't know. I don't really know if that's what I really want to do. And I thought, well, I see the change that it made in him, what's the difference it can make in me? And I got in that church and I sat there and I was like, man, I was nauseous. I didn't even want to be there. And it was like, just hearing what the pastor had to say, just to that message of just grace and mercy, just sort of led me in a different direction in my life, because I'm thinking I can't do anything. I can't keep going continuously like I'm going, because it's a destructive path. And just to know that God spared me from the things I deserved and blessed me with the things I didn't deserve was just overwhelming. And I thought about that, and I said, man, I'm just not living my life right. And I just asked Jesus to come into my life, and I just asked and said, if you want me to change, you're going to have to do this. I can't do it by myself. I'm just not that kind of person to do that. And it was instant. It was something come over me that I can't explain what it was. It was just something that just come over me. I knew from that day I would never be that person I was. When I did have a relationship with him, that became the new addiction. That just following him replaced all that bad stuff. I got to be free. I got to live a life of freedom, a life of peace, a life of security with God in my life, with unconditional love.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No longer bound